All right, here we are, Impact Influence Radio right here in Opera, and today's broadcast is brought to you by Blinds of Sacramento, Sacramento's complete solution window covering experts. Give them a call, 916-790-8689 or blindsofsacramento.com. Now today, I've got a lovely lady in here that we met over at Steven's event over at Mandango's in Roseville. That was actually a really good event. That event turned out way better than I thought it was going to.
There was a lot of good people there.
That was a lot of good people. Let's get you just a hair closer to that mic there. Okay, I think we're good.
All right.
Easy peasy. And you can actually talk past the mic. If you talked into the mic, you're going to pop. But if you talk past the mic, I think you'll do really well. So we're going to be learning about who Sabrina Max is and MaxLife Private Wealth. How you doing, my dear?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for asking me to join you this morning.
This is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys do and learning what legal taxation and financial planning. I mean, we all know what financial planning is, but the legal taxation, I'm really curious to see where we take this. I also want to touch on your license number, California 0I44165, to get that out of the way. Okay, so let's really dive deep here. Who is Sabrina Max?
Well, it depends on what stage of my life you met me in.
Right.
I'm a retired dancer. A lot of people don't know that about me. They assume that because I work in finance, you can't be creative. But I have a background in traditional Mexican folklore, and I was a professional performer for 35 years, and got to travel and had lots of amazing opportunities and experiences. And I really believe that dance is what gave me the discipline and the instinct to know that there's more than just sitting behind a desk.
Yeah, well, art is, we all need art, and yet the schools keep taking it from further and further away. All these years later, I'm still focusing on my art. That's what I do. I make my movies. I've got the magazine. I'm creating constantly.
Yep.
And it is that discipline.
It is the discipline.
It's almost like the military.
It's the passion, though. Like
yeah.
you don't, when it's something you love, you don't have to be told to do it.
And it's not work.
It's not work.
Yeah.
And, one thing before my father passed that he always used to share with me was that if it doesn't make you happy to get up and go do it, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And he passed while I was young, but it was advice that always stuck with me. And I always remember the feeling that I have of when I was on stage dancing or teaching. And because I did work in corporate for a while, but it didn't give me that happy, fulfilling.
I speak with businesses every day, and every now and again I'll come across somebody and I'll go, it's a house business, and they go, and I go, do you love it? And they go, and I go, okay. What are you passionate about? I don't know. What's something that you've had since you were a kid? I don't know. I don't know what that's like.
Me neither.
I have no idea. I just do me.
That's all you can do is focus on you, right? You work with your head down, and next thing you know, you got this. Like,
you're in your 40s and 50s.
Yeah. Well, we're not going there.
It comes on you quick, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Oh my God.
But you know what? It is true that when you're having fun, time does fly by.
Yeah.
Because it's been a blast. Like, to be able to use both sides of your brain and curate what you want, what you believe is important to you, I think that's missing from a lot of happiness.
This is a crazy question, but maybe you know this. Can you feel when your brain is working one side versus the other?
Oh my gosh, I can totally tell.
You know what
the
I'm
difference.
talking? Yeah. Isn't it weird?
Well, and a lot of times, especially when I'm brainstorming, I can't sit. Because I'm used to moving. I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
And in my thought, you get from one place to another, from A to B to C. So I like to pace. I like to walk around. I like to hear music. And people are like, but you work in numbers. But it's that I'm outside of the box. I'm trying to bring people outside of the box. If you keep yourself in a box.
But dance is numbers. So is music.
Well, it's all.
I'm up on stage playing.
You're
I
right.
play like Joe Satriani music. Very, very technical instrumental guitar music. And so the people are up there and they're like, what are you saying? And I'm like, I'm counting. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, how do you think I'm staying on beat?
Exactly.
I got to hit 4 notes per second. How do you think that's going to happen?
In the line of dancing that I did, we're trained to dance to live music. So not very many dancers are trained to dance to live musicians. And so they could have an extra chorus, an extra chord, but you got to keep going. And so you have to
But you're also going to the drummer, and if the drummer slows down, you've got to be able to stay right on
the beat, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I was taught very early on that the best dancers can make every sound of the step because you're going to hit every beat.
Uh-huh.
So if there's 5 sounds in a step, you want to hear your footwork 5 distinct sounds, and you're going to hit every beat. The lazy dancers, because they're not hitting every beat.
Yeah, well, they also have loose movements.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So it is that count, and it is numbers, right? And knowing what you could do with those numbers.
So let's talk about what you're doing with those numbers. What is it that you guys do? Really, explain this to me. Legal taxation. I want to write everything off.
Well, I'm not saying you can write everything off, okay? What I'm saying is that, there's two ways. And when we go to school, we're usually only taught one way.
Yeah, get a job, stand in line.
Right? Exactly. And so we're never taught, learn the taxation code. We're never taught, learn where you're investing your money. Like, for example, most people have a 401k and they believe that's a retirement plan. It's actually a tax code. 401k. Okay, when you go to page...
It sounds like 403C.
Again, and 403B. Those are all tax codes. Those are not retirement plans.
Yeah.
So you have to know a little bit about how the tax code works if you think that plan is going to work for you. Most people don't, and so what they don't know is like they're being robbed. Just like, when you pay taxes, you feel like you're being robbed every single time. They're taking right off the top from your sweat equity. Well, a lot of times financial planning, because people don't know the tax code, they're using it against them. And so, they use, double negative terminology. Oh, qualified money. That sounds great. Who doesn't want qualified money?
It's frightening, actually. You go to work and then you get taxed. And then the money just sits in your bank, and then the bank uses your money to make money on it. But then when you want to use your own money, then you're taxed. And it's just a crazy thing.
That's right. But it's how the system is created.
Well, correct.
So if you're not studying and learning that, and you're relying on somebody to just tell you, how much does that investor have? Like, where's their skin in the game?
So what's the alternative?
So the alternative is there's 2 ways, and most people think risk, tax, just kick the can down the road. That's what the government says. If you do this now, you're going to get tax break now. But every time we kick something down the road, it comes back and it bites you much harder. And while there is market volatility, stock market volatility, everybody knows that. What's not taken into consideration is the tax risk and tax liability for all that money you're not paying taxes on now.
Yeah, but you're also investing in a speculative market too. I think that people that are throwing money in the stock market, I've got my opinions on that. Unless you've got it indexed, unless it's protected.
Well, that's just
insured.
You've got to have it insured, right? You've got to have your money insured because we're up against not just tax liability and stock market liability, but you also got legislation risk.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because they're changing the rules every year.
How about the new tires? Did you read that all the tires that we drive in our cars are not going to be the tires anymore?
That's right.
They have to have fuel efficient tires.
Yeah, well, it's everything, and now they're going to say, you can't have this car unless we could track you, and you can't register it. So
But when you're investing, so let's say you're investing in Michelin, and Michelin's like, this isn't going to happen, but let's say Michelin's like, no, we're not going to sell tires in California anymore. What do you think is going to happen to Michelin stock? And if you've got all your money tied up into Michelin, hello.
Exactly. Well, that's just like. Everything. You got to know that in the financial markets, everything is a bet. Everything is a bet. And you mentioned indexed, and indexed is good, but indexed funds can still lose in the market. So you actually have to be working with wealth insurance and other indexing strategies that really, when the markets go down, you don't lose a dime.
So is that where you guys come in? And
That's exactly where we come in.
So talk to me about this. How does this work? Somebody like myself, I've got Roth IRAs, and then I've got my assets. Do I just give you the keys to the kingdom and say you figure it out? I mean, how does this work?
No, absolutely not. Like I said, we're not for everybody, right? We're for those that are looking for who don't want to lose money, who are committed to making money and keeping it. Everybody makes money, but nobody knows how to keep it because it's lost. It's manipulated. It's taxed.
We go to Ferrari Challenge, so we just piss our money away on stupid stuff.
It's one thing if you're doing it, but it's another thing if you're paying someone else.
Right.
Right? You're paying someone else to make you money, but they're going on those trips with your money.
And it happens.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We were just at Car Week, and people were dropping $40 million on cars.
Yep.
One car, $40 million.
Wow.
Someone's paying for that.
Yep.
But it didn't happen one time. The auction that we were at, one car sold for $23 million, the other car sold for $41 million, another auction car sold for $23 or $28 million, another auction car sold for $40 million. I mean,
wow.
Just insane money.
Right.
And then people are like, "Oh, the economy's bad, the market's slow." No, it's not, dude.
Well,
you just need to know where the money is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Like they got that FU money.
But how did they do that?
Well, they're not, I'm telling you, they're not using traditional markets.
And they're protecting it.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you guys work? Is this a console one by one? Each person has a different thing. Do you want to give away a little bit of the sauce and kind of tell me how it all works? Or do we want to just say, you know what, call me and we'll figure it out?
Listen, what I'll say is we are a concierge service. Okay. We are specifically looking, and we work with accountants, trustees, especially trustees. Trustees, if you have a trust, the trustee's job is to always make money and never lose money with the assets. Mm-hmm. In the stock market, that cannot be guaranteed 96% of the time.
You can't be guaranteed 40% of the time.
So, exactly, it can't be, 10% of the time, right?
Yeah.
So, we work with people that are serious, have high net worth, and maybe they have some money but don't know where to get started, right? And we work with people individually. We work with small businesses because, believe it or not, we work with top quality small businesses, and we can offer retirement plans that don't lose in the market. Mm-hmm. Help them retain top talent.
Is that is it a life insurance policy that's like
no, it's
no?
Not. Okay. No, we can't. We do offer life insurance. That's part of generational wealth building.
Yeah.
But what we use most people have never heard of it. It's called the advanced markets. Okay, and they're an upgrade from the stock market. So you actually have to financially qualify.
Is that what do they call that? I don't remember. Oh, man. Finrex, or what do they call that?
Not a Finrex.
No, I'm coming up with stuff off the top of my head, but I'm trying to remember what they called this. I don't know. I see it on social media. They'll send me a.
Well, I'm not on social media, but what advanced markets is there where you get stock market like growth with zero risk. So every time you earn money, that's your new floor. Uh-huh. And it's guaranteed and insured by the financial companies we work with.
Yeah.
And it's not our guarantee; it's the companies we work with. And the way they're able to guarantee, because everyone says, "Oh, that doesn't exist," but it is guaranteed by contract, and it's because in the advanced markets, in order for them to be able to offer these strategies to clients, they have to have liquid net worth.
Yeah, so the question I have is, if it's insured, are we paying an insurance premium on top of whatever it is to pay for that insurance?
Sometimes you are, but most of the time you're not. It really depends on what the client is needing and wanting. A lot of times people are looking, how do I convert this into income? We have some, people think it's magic. It's not. Yeah. It's just knowing what works.
And people have to have assets to back it up. Probably.
That's right. Yeah. You have to have assets to back it up.
Why are you so passionate about this?
That's a whole, how much time do we have, Quinn?
We're okay. So spit it out.
Well, I come from East San Jose. I'm Mexican. Nobody ever talked about this kind of information. You don't
Yeah.
learn it in school.
Yeah.
I went to
Yeah.
business school. We don't learn it anywhere. And in the early 2000s, I jumped on the real estate bandwagon because that's where you made all the money.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dot-com bubble hit. I left real estate, and I was successful before I was 30. I was able to purchase 2 homes in the Silicon Valley by myself. Pretty proud of that. But then 2007 hit, and in 2008 I lost 80%
Oh, I lost everything.
of what my whole life savings,
Yeah,
everything.
I had a Ferrari business, and everyone was losing their cars. I couldn't sell anything because everyone was losing their cars.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was such a difficult time. Not only did I lose everything, but I was pregnant with my first daughter, and not having a job because I had been laid off, and then losing all of that. And I thought, and not just that, but also I had, in my line of work, I was doing loan processing and doing loans, and we're like, oh, you put your money here, you put your money there, and come to find out that I was regurgitating. I didn't know.
Well, and we all saw the movie. Maybe you didn't see the movie, The Big Short.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie. I can almost recite every line to that movie, and that's really what was happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so
it was a crazy time.
It was such a crazy time, and you know what? I really believe in, it sucked, but I wasn't a victim. I wasn't a victim of anything. It was just the universe saying, hey, there's a lot more for you to learn about, and you don't stop here because you lost. You got to find another way.
Oh, no, and you just keep going, and it defines who you are. I look at my failures, and people could look at it as, oh, yeah, you crashed a couple of businesses. Yeah, but look at how much I learned along the way.
Exactly.
And now I can sit down, and when I'm the old man now, I'm the uncle. I'm Uncle Quinn now.
Right.
I'm not the kid anymore.
Well, I'll tell you that losing like that, it changed my life in ways that I would have never imagined, and it inspired me and motivated me to also start learning, about the law and taxation. That there was just so much that's involved, and it's all siloed. Everything is siloed. You can't go and talk to one person and get information without them saying, well, you got to talk to this person, you got to talk.
Yeah.
And it becomes expensive. And I thought, I remembered when I lost everything. I mean, I had a little bit left. But, if I didn't have $250,000, nobody wanted to talk to me.
I know.
One
of the things that I teach is you becoming valuable. Quit thinking that I need to have a lot of money in order to be valuable. You have to become valuable.
That's right.
You can walk into any room if you're valuable. And it's really as simple as that. And that's one of the things that we teach the members is that, we all have a small business come in and they're like, oh, I've got all the money in the world. Oh, I can pay for this. That's fine. You're probably not going to do as well as the person not spending anything, because the person not spending anything has a lot more to offer.
Exactly.
Believe it or not, because they're valuable in other ways. It's kind of a crazy thing.
It's backwards from what we're taught.
Yeah. It's the same thing. It's like the financial planner that drives the Toyota Corolla versus the financial planner that drives the Bentley. The guy driving the Bentley is probably strapped to the gills.
Exactly.
He's dealing with $20,000 service bills, and the guy with the Toyota Corolla is just sitting with cash in the bank.
That's it. And, I think it's Warren Buffett that says when the tide rolls out, you see who's swimming naked.
I love that. I love that. All right. Types of clients. What are you guys looking for?
We're looking for people who are serious about financial change, who are serious about, learning a little bit for themselves, making a commitment, because it is different. But if you want to win and you're in a losing market, you've got to make changes and you've got to educate yourself to get different results. So we are looking for clients that are committed and responsible as well to learning a little bit. It's a different little bit of a learning curve, but people that are serious about thinking outside of the box and really wanting to do something productive, not just for their financial well-being, but for their quality of life.
Quality of life, legacy,
peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
when you're not worried about losing money, money's not everything, but it is a tool.
Oh man, let me tell you something. It's really stressful when you don't have enough. And I'm at the first time in my life This isn't the first time in my life I've had money, but this is the first time in my life that I haven't spent it.
Right.
And let me tell you, it is so relaxing.
Yeah.
When I don't give a shit whether we do the deal or not.
Right. Well, and there's more, you become more productive in that sense because you're not trying to close the deal.
Yeah, we're not desperate.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And so you're just attracting the right people at that point. We know,
It just
right?
changes
it
everything.
just changes everything. And so being able to keep it, right? Being able to keep it because you're at that point. How do you keep it?
Not buying Porsches.
Well, not buying Porsches, but also knowing like you need to have a bucket of, like, I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying don't gamble. What I'm saying is know what your safe money is.
Yes.
What amount of money do you have right now that you're like, I would not be okay with losing this?
Yeah.
Because most people aren't asked that question.
Quit buying labels.
Quit buying labels, seriously.
Dude, I'm dead serious.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Quit keeping up with the Joneses because the Joneses are broke. They are in the stock market.
My last name is Jones. I'll tell you. Let me tell you. Yeah, I learned the hard way. We actually had a board game when I was a kid. We had a board game called Keeping Up with the Joneses, believe it or not.
Really?
And it was all about spending. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all about spending. And that's, what we're programmed. We see commercials. We see what we're sold on television.
Yeah,
It's this life.
Quit buying the labels. Yeah.
Quit buying the labels.
My new go-to, which is this is funny, is we'll start to wrap her up, but my new favorite store is Men's Warehouse. And so the clearance section, I get on clearance, I don't know, once or twice a week.
Yeah.
And last week I bought a pair of Oxfords, 2 pairs of slacks, and a sport coat or a dinner jacket for $97.
Oh, that's a great
Yeah.
deal.
And so last night I bought a pair of jeans, 3 pairs of slacks, 1 matching vest to the slacks, a fitted shirt, fitted button down with the collar and the arms and the whole thing. And I think there was something else in there, and the whole bill was like $112 or $115, something like that. And so you're
and
buying
it's quality.
It's good stuff. It's Calvin Klein. It's not like the most expensive stuff, but you're talking about $30 for a sport coat and $15 for pants. It's the same pants. It's the same pants.
No, but that's the thing. That's what younger generations and even our generation.
I used to buy Jon Barbados, and I'd be spending $200 on a pair of used slacks.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's true. I used to before 2008. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but it's my truth. I had probably over 600 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore because when I lost my job and lost all my money,
But we have to experience that when you're young.
Exactly.
Do it when you're young so you don't have to do it when you're old. Because I see it out here. These guys are 60 years old. They're out there spending money. And I'm like, bro, quit.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
because they didn't do it when they were young.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do it when you're young so you can enjoy. You don't have to do that stuff when you're old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I used to buy the watches, man. I was watch. Every time anything would happen, anytime a life event would happen, I would have to go buy a new watch. And you finance them. You finance watches, and then eventually you have like 4 watch payments, and it's like, what are you doing?
4 watch payments.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
I know. And so all these years later, I think about it and I go, what in the world was I doing? But I'm glad I experienced it because I got it out of my system.
Yep.
And then I just bought this one for Car Week. It was $65.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a nice watch.
Yes. That won't tell you what brand it is. But that's the point. Who cares?
Who
right?
cares?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not about that. If we're judging one another on labels and not what we know and our value.
Yeah.
Then we're
when I walk up and I shake somebody's hand, I'm put together. That's all that matters.
That's right.
Yeah, they're not looking at the name tag on the thing. If they are, maybe that's not the right people.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Sabrina Max. Legal taxation, financial planning at MaxLife Private Wealth, 831-465-4143. I want to thank you so much for being here.
I want to thank you very much for inviting me.
This is wonderful, absolutely wonderful, and you can come back anytime.
Well, don't tell me that because you might find me here once a month.
Let's do it. Hey, I'm all in. That's the whole point of this whole thing. If you're coming on the show and you're actually using the tools,
Yep.
You're not just wasting our time. If you're actually using the tools, come back every month. The hell do I care?
Awesome.
That's the point.
I might
if
do
I look
that.
if I look at the traffic and I'm seeing that you actually are getting traffic on this and you're using it, yes. But if I look at it and it says one view and you're like, I want to do another one. No, you need to market this one first. Okay? So, hey, thank you again. And of course, I want to thank everybody for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.